watching Let's Chat.
Welcome back and good morning. We're glad to have you here with us as we continue on Let's Chat. A lot of times when you see fees for a law firm or a certain group of attorneys, it's always got no money unless we get money, that sort of thing. Is that legitimate? Who do we turn to for the answer? Our expert, Gary Massey with Massey Attorneys. Gary, good to see you and good morning.
Good to see you, Chip.
Tell us how this contingency fee system works.
Sure. Well, it's really common in my industry in personal injury because a lot of my clients are simply not able to pay a retainer. They're not able to pay by the hour. You know, some of our cases can last, 8 or 9 months. Sometimes they last 2 or 3 years. And, most of my clients couldn't pay attorney's fees as you go. And so the way a contingency fee works is if we are able to settle your case or if we try your case and win a verdict and recover that verdict, then we get a percentage of that fee. And that's the only attorney fee we get. And so if we lose, you don't owe us anything. It's no fee at all. So it's contingent on a recovery for the client. That's why it's called a contingency fee. And there are very specific rules from the bar that govern contingency fees and how attorneys can charge them. Types of cases where they're absolutely prohibited and things of that nature. And so they're actually used in different kinds of cases, not just personal injury. Also wills and estates and certain other types of practice areas use contingency fee cases as well.
This sounds like something we should all get a little better brushed up on because this could apply in a lot of different facets. Everything from tripping over a skateboard to having something fall on you and pretty much everything in between.
That's right.
After a wreck or injury, whether it's agricultural, industrial, or out on one of the area roadways, obviously the doctors, paramedics, the ambulance transport companies, they're all sending you letters. We need our money.
That's right.
We want our money first.
Right.
What's the proper pecking order to address that in?
Well, Chip, it's amazing to me how much misinformation there is on this issue and how much confusion there is. The truth is, and it's one simple idea that you need to carry with you is use your health insurance. If you have health insurance, no matter what, when you get health care, use your health insurance if at all possible. Now, the problem with that is that a lot of medical providers, ambulance companies, helicopter ambulance companies, emergency rooms, and others, they want to tell you we're not going to bill your health insurance, we're going to bill car insurance or whatever type of other insurance there is. Now, if there's workers' compensation insurance that's willing to pay, then they should take care of it themselves. But if it's car insurance or some other type of liability insurance, it's much more difficult, and the amount you have to pay back to those insurance companies later is much higher than the amount you'll have to pay back to your health insurance. And that's one of the things a lot of people don't understand is if you get a personal injury settlement later, then you have to repay your health insurance company or the car insurance company that paid your health care bills. But the car insurance company pays at a much higher rate, and so the amount you're paying back is a much higher amount than what would have been paid if your health insurance had paid. And so always use your health insurance if at all possible. And when they say we don't bill health insurance, then you say, then you may never get paid. I have health insurance. It's the only way you may get paid in this case.
And there's another interesting question that came in here to our email bag, if you will, and it's asking about the right to remove a loved one from a hospital or a nursing home because they are genuinely concerned about the level of care the patient is getting. Does the family have the right?
That's another issue where people seem to have a lot of confusion, and I've gotten calls about this fairly recently, and it's really sad situations, but somebody has a loved one in a hospital or in a nursing home or in some other type of medical facility, and maybe that loved one is not able to make decisions for themselves, for whatever reason. Maybe they're in a coma, maybe they're just under really heavy sedation from all of the medicines they're giving them, and the family has real concerns about the level of care or the deterioration in their loved one's condition, and there's poor communication with the facility, there's all kinds of frustration in what's happening, but they don't know what they can do. And the answer is, if there's not a court order giving the hospital some sort of right to hold that person, then the family can remove that person from their care. And so unless one person has the legal authority to make the decision, then whoever is, the next of kin can make the decision, or the family as a group can make the decision to remove somebody from one facility and move them to a different facility. It can be hard, and you can get a lot of resistance from the facility that your loved one is in, but you push through because it's that person's legal right not to be held against their will.
And they are your loved one.
That's right.
And if you have any questions, by all means, get in touch with Gary and the team at Massey & Associates. They are out on Lee Highway, easy to find. MasseyAttorneys.com, the website, MasseyAttorneys.com.